What are some of your feelings when you watch that back?
Well, the greens were firm, and so I was trying to take the spin off of it, trying a little soft draw in there. It couldn't have been like a better situation for me. The wind coming off the right, just happened to feel it off. The ground was going a little right to left, just shaping it with my arms, the hands taking the flight off of it, take the spin off of it, landed up to the right, came back, won the match.
Hey members, want to start a new video series on how to swing a golf club. And what I'm going to do is go over the methodology, some of the biomechanics, some of the intellectual thought processing on how we move, and we're going to simplify it so this way you can make it useful, because you don't want to sit there and read a bunch of research papers. But if you want to, let me know. I can send those to you. But that's where it's going to come from. So let's start with the purpose. In order for us to, the purpose of being a good golfer, or what is, not necessarily a purpose, but what are the things that we have to do to become a good golfer? Well, we have to be able to control the movement of this golf club. Plain and simple. If you can't control the movement of this golf club, then you're not going to be able to control and predict where the ball is going to go. And that's what golf is all about, is being able to predict ahead of time what shot you need and then be able to produce that shot for your particular situation on the golf course. So we'll get into situational awareness and a lot of other things. But right now, let's talk about controlling the golf club. So that starts with our hands. Our hands are the most critical and most important component with this, because this is where our feel is.
I do like to feel like my hands are undercutting it a little bit, especially my right hand. I connect all shots with my right hand, so feeling this shot, I would aim slightly right of the flag.
These are our sensors, internal sensors, that determine, where I am in space, how fast I'm moving, and am I rotating, how am I moving? And then obviously that ties into the golf club. So how you grip the club greatly determines what your swing is going to look like. So there's no such thing as a, excuse me, there's no such thing as a right or wrong grip. They're all a little bit different. But the goal is, does the grip create proper alignment of the face and the path and the velocity and dynamic loft and velocity in order to hit the ball the distance you want to create that shot? And again, that's the whole goal, is to create a shot that you want to create. When we play poor golf, is we're creating swings we don't want. And we'll go through that too. So let's start with the grip. Some things to look out for, and again, the style of grip, whether it's a overlapping or interlocking 10 fingers, really up to you. I want you to understand that your hand-forearm relationship to the grip and to the club is what's key. So if you have a very strong grip, you're going to feel, in order to keep that club face square, you're going to have more body rotation. You have to. Because if the body stops, what's going to happen with that club face? It's going to flip over. Did it flip over too late, too early, or just right? If you have a weaker grip, I have a tendency to get weak, so what am I going to see? I'm going to see more hand action at the bottom, because my face is open here, and I have to get it back to square. So your grip plays a major role in controlling your golf swing. So is there a right and wrong grip? No, you have to experiment with it, because it's also based on how fast you move, what's your range of motion, what's your flexibility, and what the ball is doing. So get the grip down first, and you'll see like Scotty Scheffler is very meticulous about his grip when he sets up. And Nicklaus was like this too, where he gets set up and then starts getting himself in position. So for right now, this grip that I have feels very strong, because my tendency is to get weak. And what's the relationship between a strong grip, weak grip? What does that actually mean? It has to do with relative angles to the club face. If this club face is square, Are my right trail hand underneath it, lead hand on top? Are they to the side? Is it this way? So because it's round, I can have a lot of these different angles. So find out what is best for you. One way you can do this, get set up, and we have not even worrying about posture. If we get this club set up here, and I just swing it till it gets parallel to the ground, that would be a square club face right here, okay? Another way of doing that, you can think of it this way. When the club goes back, this face doesn't rotate. That's what we want the club to do on this first part of the takeaway. So now when I bend over, guess what? Now that face is there. So one thing is, this is square. So just starting out here and working this way, play around with different grip alignments. What's your tendency? And you can see I go stronger, what do I need to do? That shuts it down. If I go a little too weak, okay, there's the face a little bit open. So this is one way of just the club sitting up here on a tabletop where you can bring that being square. And that actually feels a touch strong to me because that's my tendency. And that's what we always have to be wary of, is we have tendencies based on previous compensations, based on previous moments, to get the ball moving the way we want to. So use this tabletop drill is one way to help get you a feel of what that is square. You can also do this in your posture. I can bring the club back. That would be square. Leaving that club there, and I can set my lead hand on that club, and now I'm there. And again, that feels strong to me. So that just tells me my grip has been too weak. So, but once you kind of get that started out, then just start working on some swings, little half swings, and start seeing where that ball goes. This is just something to start practicing to get the functional swing plane. We'll talk about that next, another video. But get the grip down in order to hit the ball straight on where you should be. I love the tabletop drill to find your grip, but you can also do it bent over. It's the same motion. We just took the legs off the front of the table and dropped it down on its inclination of the lie of the club. There's your functional swing plane. So, play around with different grips to see how you react to those different grips to be able to control the ball flight. And any questions, go ahead and shoot me an email. I got my email address right here, and we can answer those questions. Thanks for being a member, and welcome to the Humo Golf Learning Center. Talk to y'all later.